Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and I guess Enhanced Edition, which I don't think I've said for like 30 episodes or something. We have a couple of things that we need to do in Drezen. I have liberally cleared out a lot of stuff from our inventory, so that's done with at least. Now, if we look at the journal, we have this new quest here. All these red hourglasses signify that we have to finish this quest within this chapter or we'll fail it. So this is the Blackwater clan settlement that we got the quest for. We're not going to do that in this episode though. This is the identity of the mad half-elf woman that we met down in Wintersun. Eventually, we'll have someone come visit us in the Crusader's keep. Then we have this. We have to go talk to CR. This one we just have to wait. This is one of the main quests here. We have to go to the Ivory Sanctum. Say hello to Jeribeth again. We need to get the storyteller before we can finish this one. This one is the one for Kaelessa. We'll meet her eventually. This is where we have to talk to Sela. We also have to talk to Voetiel. And we have to talk to Voetiel. We have to go visit that bend in the river on behalf of Woljif. And of course we need to visit the nameless ruins with Nenio, but these two are not in this specific chapter. Middle game, we just have to let this run its course. I might have to edit in military experience points, as I mentioned in a previous episode, because we're not getting any. And of course we have the Solemn Hour. I'm contemplating giving it to her. I mean, it is a really, really good longsword. But then again, we don't have anyone who is using a longsword, and I'm planning on keeping Sela on using scimitars because of their much improved critical range. A longsword is 19 to 20, while the scimitar is 15 to 20. So, yeah. What we will do first is go have a chat with CR, who will very likely not be very pleased with what his student and protege has done. I also remember he was outright hostile to me when I played as a Lich, which makes sense. The old Crusader looks anxious and disoriented. Yes, has something happened? Morveg is dead. The color drains from CR's face. He takes the straw figure with his shaking fingers. His mouth twists unpleasantly as if the old man is about to start sobbing. The knight looks at you with horror. The old warrior drops to his knees, slowly and awkwardly, with apparent difficulty. My boy, but how? What happened? It's not your fault, CR. Morveg's soul was consumed by vengeance. He went to get the cursed sword of Gorum and got himself killed. Poor boy. I was afraid of this. The war tainted his soul with darkness the moment he was born. It doomed him to death before he could even walk. I warned him, but what are an old man's warnings worth? The sword. That damned weapon of Gorum, where is it? Do you have it? It must be destroyed. The war devours our souls, and Gorum, its lord, watches over it all with indifference. I don't have the sword. If you do find the horrible thing, don't even think about using it. Bring it to me and I will destroy it. I actually think we should do that, even if it will cost us a little bit of money to do it. I'll need to buy it back from the vendor. But we are up to 250,000 almost, so... The main thing we're using money for is buying crusade supplies so we can build buildings anyways, so... We should also ask Wilser if he's going to manage the fortress now. No way, Commander. The quartermaster throws up his hands. Not in a million years. I can manage an expedition just fine, but running a fortress is a different kettle of fish. That's enough work to make a man's head explode, which is why they sent us an expert from Nerosian. Her name is Dorgalinda Stranglehold. I've seen how she handles things. She knows what she's about, that one. Iomade bless her. She'll be managing the fortress, and I'll keep taking care of the soldiers just like I've been doing. Now let's try to find that sword. Huh. He does have an awful lot of items. That's a mouthful of a name. Icy Burst Keen Cold Iron Bastard Sword. That's strange. I'm pretty sure I sold it to him. There it is. Fang of Malice. That's 72,000. Ah. Okay. Oh well. If we need money, I can always edit in some. I think it was a mistake of me to sell that one. Seriously? Okay. Let's do it this other way then. Let's buy it off him first. Ask him that. I don't know if it makes any difference if I give him the sword, so let's see. Same option there. Same option here. There we go. Hand over the Fang of Malice. Take it and destroy it. Done the right thing. The honourable thing. No one will ever fall victim to it again. No one will suffer poor Morveg's fate. Damn this war. I know how difficult it can be to keep yourself in check when war is raging around you, when your comrades are dying. Your deed will not go unnoticed. The Everbright Crusaders will tell of your wisdom. They will tell all Mendev that you did not allow war to enslave your mind. I don't know what that actually does, but having the Everbright Crusaders speak well of us probably is a good thing. The Associate should be here now, since it's daytime. You can read that if you want to. Let me see here. Did you think about what the Hell Knight told you? Yes. Social shakes his head. Another dead end. I still know nothing. How could Trevor have parted with his shield? I can't imagine. You don't know what your brother has endured in this war. Perhaps the person you once knew is gone. I don't want to believe that. I can't. Not Trevor. With a sudden shiver, Socia looks down and whispers faintly, "Brother, will I recognize you when I find you?" You know, it's not only the Hell Knights who told me the truth. Knight Tirabade refused to tell me anything about my brother's fate while I was serving in Kenabres, but after these events she finally broke her silence. And the things she told me. Sociel shakes his head. That he was a good fighter but a terrible knight and an utterly worthless paladin. He became more and more cruel as time went on. He started caring more about destroying the enemy than protecting the innocent. He gushed over Prelate Haldrain and his witch hunts. Eventually, the goddess's patience wore thin. When he beat up some poor fellow for blasphemy, Shellin took away Trevor's powers. That was a huge blow for him. He left the city, asking only that his disgrace be kept secret from his family. And that was why Iribeth didn't say anything earlier. Brother, my brother, but how? He's always been kind and merciful. Where could this cruelty have come from? I want to catch him in the deed. Tell me about yourself, so you guys can read if you want to. Although this one I think is part of the romance option. How do you manage to always look like you're on your way to a tea party and not a battle? He's got an interesting way of looking at things. And that's his little story. What do you think of your brother's fate now? I can't wrap my head around what I've learned. It's as if we're talking about a different person altogether. How could he? Why did he give his shield to that she-devil in black armor? Oh, Shellin, let all this be a mistake. Then we have Ember. Should probably answer something amusing to this. Yup, don't believe titles. We also have to talk to Sela, and I think... Where is Sela, actually? Ah, she's over here. I wouldn't happen to have a potion of haste, would I? No. Maybe I should get some potion making kits so I could make some of those. Sela looks sad and pensive. It's good to see you. Get this, Janna, the one who ran away when we were attacked by demons, never went back to her unit. She was seen running toward Numeria. Looks like she deserted. We've already found her, Sela. I guess the game is a little bit off track here. Let me just do that so we don't have to listen to those fighting people being very annoying. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Or not the only thing. Since our raid on the Houndheart's camp, I've had this sinking feeling that I made a mistake. Dragging you into this, I mean. I should have known that a raid along the edge of the Worldwound wouldn't be so easy. But mostly I was wrong about a lot of people. About Janna, who lost her nerve and abandoned her friends. About Curl, I knew he was a thief, but I really thought he'd turn over a new leaf and deserved a little compassion and trust. And Elan. I thought we were kindred spirits, friends through thick and thin, but it looks like I was wrong about him too. Sela looks at you closely, waiting for your answer. This one is... Why this one isn't described as evil, I don't know. Don't lose your trust in people, Sela. So what if you made a few mistakes? It's no reason to give up on your ideals. Somebody has to show people that there's a better path. Sela's expression brightens. Thank you, my friend. I needed that support. She sighs. Thanks for listening to my grumbling and for helping me get to the bottom of this. I'm not going to leave things as they stand. If I get the chance, I'll track down Janna and see if I can talk some sense into her. And find out why Curl did what he did. If you need to talk to Janna, she's on the other side of town, in prison. I can't stop thinking about what Elan told me in the end. I really have become more powerful than paladins who are far more experienced and selfless than me. There's something not right about it. A servant of Iomedae should gain their powers through dedicated personal effort. It's the only way to make sure they'll use the power for good. Our journey so far, it's all wrong. And it means I need to be 3 times as hard on myself now. Let's get out of that combat area. We also need to talk to Aru. That's more a personal story thing. But some of this I will voice over, so Arueshalae's ruby eyes stare watchfully at passers-by who don't notice her even at arm's length. She turns to you, her face a mixture of contemplation, sadness and admiration. They're amazing, aren't they? We are being attacked by demons with unusual powers. Do you know anything about them? Arueshalae thinks for a long while. Finally, she answers hesitantly. Back in Alushanira, there were rumors about terrible experiments that Baphomet and Discari performed on their troops to make them stronger. Here on the material plane, these rumors were embellished with lots of details. Some say the demons undergo rituals acquired from Zon Kuthon. Others say they feed on the blood of angels or Qlipoths or demon lords. Still others say that there are no experiments and Baphomet is just bringing back fighters from the future. A future in which the demons have already taken all of Golarion. Is there a grain of truth in any of these ramblings? There's no way to know. Naturally, none of these rumors give any indication of where these demons come from. I'm sorry I can't help. The only thing that's clear is that the lowly fighters in the army of the Abyss are as puzzled by this as we are. What are you doing here? I'm watching. She nods at the city dwellers as they hurry past. I'm listening to their conversations, studying their faces. I'm trying to understand what they truly are. Have you learned anything new about mortals? They love cats. Arueshalae speaks in a very serious manner, as if sharing an important scientific discovery with you, but then a moment later she smiles to give the joke away. Seriously, have your observations of humans led to anything? I wouldn't want to draw any rash conclusions. I've only been watching them for a short while, but I think I have understood one thing. The succubi have a saying, mortals always lie. If a mortal isn't talking, it means she's busy lying to herself. But now I see this isn't true. You mortals aren't liars, you're dreamers. Each of you creates a huge daydream for yourself and everyone you share your life with. It isn't exactly a lie, because the daydream is your truth. Why do you like to watch people? You know, in my old life, I thought I knew everything about them. I was a master of seduction after all. I knew how to tempt a mortal into doing anything I required. Could trap them in a lie, or lie myself and never get caught. It's disgusting to remember, but that was my life for many centuries. Now I see I knew nothing. A demon warrior probably also considers himself an expert on mortals because he's killed so many of them. He certainly knows where to thrust the spear for a quick death and where to thrust it for a long and painful one, and he thinks that is enough. My knowledge, it was of the same kind. I ruined many mortals without learning the first thing about them. Now I watch them to understand them. This won't give my victims back their lives, of course, but still, by growing closer to these mortals, it's like I'm paying back some part of my debt to my victims' memories. Be careful, because some people may construe that as being a little creepy. What? The succubus blinks surprised. Really? Why? I don't mean any harm. I see. Let me ask you another question. Of course, but forgive me if I don't have any answers. And for the rest of these, I'll not voice over, so feel free to read if you want to. Otherwise, you can just skip ahead in the chapters in the timeline of the video. Lady of Graves, for Asma, of course. And then the personal question. You can actually romance her, so... okay. Yeah. It's definitely bad, Aru. But I'm not going to try to romance her. And then we can ask her about the life, or how life is in the Abyss. And then finally, what does she think of the powers? Which is an interesting part here, actually. Since anyone who joins the party as a companion receives the same mythical powers that the protagonist or antagonist, depending on what you want to play, does, it's interesting that an angel would share those with a fallen succubus, not even knowing if she is fallen, considering succubi are masters at deception. Let me see. Not quite ready to go after the dragon yet, but we can pop up to and do Woljif's quest. Also, I'm half tempted to use Aru as the main companion using bow instead of Lan when we get to Owlcat. We'll see when we get there. Ah, I should level up the companions. Right, let's do that quickly, shall we? Extend that. Darren, level 11. Here we want improved critical with Ray. Probably better to give him the fire ring when the time comes, because he's actually spec'd out to do lots of damage with a Hellfire Ray. We want friends to animals here. After spells, remove paralysis. Animate dead. We already have freedom of movement. So, Death Ward, we have that as well. Divine Power then. And for level 5, Spell Resistance. Ember. Level 11 feet should be greater spell focus, conjuration. And as for spells, we have level 2 spell. We already have the ones we want here. Level 3. I guess remove blindness, perhaps. Level 4. Confusion and enervation, so crushing despair. Level 5. Mind book. Nenio. Level 11 speech. Lore Master, not wizard. So, level 11 feet, spell focus, conjuration. We want to be continuing on the wizard. We want the rogue secret here, and combat trick, and precise shot. As for spells, we do want phantasmal purification. or Phantasmal Putrefaction. And Sirocco. Camellia. Improved critical rapier. Not that she's even wielding one, which is very much on purpose. Aru. Improved initiative, I think. And Regiel. Just have a look at Sila's stuff here so that I do somewhat similar. -10 penalty. I think I will take improved critical. Do I have seize the moment on it though? No, I don't. Seize the moment it is. And then finally, Grandbuster. And then there we go. Now we can head off. And we are going to keep this party. That's quite a ways off. The quickest way is to go up here. They are going to be fatigued before we even reach the place. Oh, the skeletal salesman. Aramaki +2. We'll buy all the diamond dust. I think that's it. Ask him to jump over to exotic wares. Continue moving. No, I don't want to rest until we're down here. Before we rest, I should probably move some... Oh, Irobeth has been appointed squad commander in the Vanguard. And the relic will be augmented. And we are going to make it into the Gravesinger. I'm pretty sure that is the correct choice here. In the commander we trust, swindlers have started a rumor that the commander is a saint, and gullible soldiers are now buying their charms that allegedly contain his hair, cut nails, and other holy relics. We can punish them. We can leave them be. We can actually fill the fake charms with real power, which will give us a decree. Or we can do that. No. We will punish them. False hope begets only regret. The commander has prohibited the sale of the charms and dispelled the rumors, earning the soldiers' respect. They value their commander for his honesty and not for his divine origins. We have new decrees. "21 days. Although I would not want to do that. Strengthening diplomatic connections, that is leveling up the diplomatic council. We'll do that. Development. We have 3 outpost to bastion expansions now. Also, we have the bribery. Now, for our armies, let's get rid of these. And we found the voracious jump. We'll leave that army here, and we'll even name it to that. Gloomy Gorge Defenders. Just get rid of the armies that are down here. Ooh. And here we found the dirty squealer. I think this will lead anywhere. Ah, yeah, it's a circle thing. Crusader Army 4 is up here, and I don't know how I can get there. Increased income of material points, and as for our spell, we'll take haste. And I also can increase all our army sizes because we got an additional Master of Maneuver. We have found the Stone of Ghostly Pathways. And that's the army movements done. Quick little camp here. Everything went well, and now we can head up to the scrubland by a bend in the river. That is a brilliant and very descriptive name for where we're going. So, want to do the long buffs. Gefährlich's spawn did not come alone. The giant Glabrezu towers over you. His small yellow eyes, glowing amidst the lumps and horns, come to rest on Woljif. The demon's pincers instinctively close with a bone-grinding snap, and his nostrils flare. Spawn of a Gefährlich. Lady Hepsamira ordered me to bring her the Moon of the Abyss. Give it to me, and I will kill you quickly. Is he talking to me? He's definitely talking to me. Woljif takes a step back. Hey, Bonehead, I'm the spawn of my Manda, and I don't even want to think about where you crawled out of. Have at it, Chief. Show him your special chiefly mojo. Sorry, wrong wasteland. I'll be on my way. Who are you? Know the name of the one who will squeeze out your innards. Voetiel, Gorger of Screams, Hepsamira's Scourging, Lash, and Baphomet's Faithful. You will die begging me for mercy. Who is Gefährlich? A demon who sowed his seed on Golarion. From his seed grew the coward currently hiding behind you. He will die more slowly and painfully than you in retribution for everything Gefährlich has done to vex my mistress. And who is Hepsamira? My mistress is the High Priestess of Lord Baphomet. I will fulfill her command, and she will honor me with her blessing. Why are you so determined to kill Woljif, and why do you need the Moon of the Abyss? Yeah, why? I ain't never seen you before in my life. Maybe you got me confused with somebody else? Another Woljif, maybe? Or a guy with horns like mine? You are Gefährlich's spawn, and that is reason enough to kill you. But my mistress also need the item you stole, the Moon of the Abyss. No more talking. Die, traitorous seed. Woljif is wreathed in blue flame, and the demon shadow rises up behind him. Have at it, Chief. Pilgrims of the Worldwound, attack. Fight for me. I'll be over there, monitoring your performance. The cultists exchange looks and make no move to fight. At last, the chief cultist speaks. We will not fight against a demon. Demons are our future masters, and we cannot show insubordination. What has gotten into you, Crescent of the Abyss? You're not trying to betray us, are you? Woljif slaps a hand to his forehead. I forgot. They're not just dumb as planks, they're stubborn as mules too. Quick, Chief, say something to him. You'll be more persuasive than me. This demon is going to kill you for simply taking orders from Woljif. He hates Woljif. I knew our meeting was ill-fated. Curse you, Crescent of the Abyss. I don't want to die at the demon's hands. The time for vengeance has come, okay? Well, hello there to you as well, Deval. Did you really have to do that? I mean, I want to try to save his life. How about I do this? Let's try to trip him. Good. Yeah, that didn't work.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
You've crossed the wrong month.
Cover me, all right?
Let's try this way.
That wasn't so difficult. I'll find you, spawn of Igethelus. You will be bathed in blood. Who knew they were such cowards? Woljif looks supremely satisfied. What do you make of that Voetiel then, Chief? Phew! So, will you take me back? There's nothing for me to do on my own in the Worldwound, and we kinda make a good team. I promise not to run again. As long as we don't get attacked by gargoyles again. If they do, sorry Chief, but they're scary. I'm out of there. The tiefling laughs. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I really won't run away again. Really. Don't get ahead of yourself. First, I deserve to know what your connection is to the demons. I don't know anything about any demons. That's the first time I ever saw that Voetiel beast, but he sure seemed to have it in for me. He doesn't just want the moon of the abyss, he wants me to suffer. And that mistress of his, Hipsa, whatever she's called? There's something fishy going on here, Chief. I'm telling you. I want to get to the bottom of it because something tells me we'll be seeing Voetiel again. I know his type. Once they get a hold of you, they don't let go. Woljif runs a hand through his shock of hair. Here's how it is. There is this demon Igethelus, the one that Voetiel and his mistress are so worked up over. If I'm supposed to be his spawn, then maybe he's my grandpa? I'd believe it. He's caused so much trouble that people even want to bump off his grandkids. Yep, that sounds like my family, all right. Igethelus did something to Hebs, Voetiel's boss. Maybe he stole the moon from her? I don't know. Anyway, she sent her top muscle to find it, the muscle being Voetiel, and now I'm the poor sap who's supposed to pay for all of Granddaddy's evil deeds? See, demons are just the same as low-class thugs when you get down to it, but I ain't giving them the moon. Even the shadow started talking to me because of it, and then there's... Woljif stops short. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. That's a separate discussion. You can stay if you promise not to run off again. I swear on my ma and da. To be fair, I'm not sure if they're alive or dead, but even dead people can have a lot happen to them. They can be raised from the dead or just dug up to be used in experiments. I knew one old-timer, a street food vendor who would buy fresh corpses. He was looking into something almost as if... Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is this. I need to talk to you. I don't have anybody else. Face to face, somewhere private. In Drezen, that'll do. When you see me standing alone, come talk to me. Woljif notices Deval, waves to him. Chief, you remember Deval, right? First he was lying on the altar, then he was tied up on the floor. He's led a varied life, is what I'm saying. Want to say hello? He's basically one of us. He won't look down his nose at us, and he's rich to boot. Maybe you can shake something out of him. You know, for helping him. Even an IOU would be better than nothing. Why not? Deval, noticeably fatigued after the battle, walks over to you and Woljif. It was a fine fight. It was tough for me, but it's the first time in a long while that I've felt human again, and not a mute animal. Thank you. That was you, mute? You're an even bigger talker than me, Your Excellency. Only you sound like a library book, and I sound like a back alley gutter. I learned my letters on the streets, you know, from the signs. Anyway, that's by the by. I wasn't planning on saving you, I just didn't want you to pop up in my dreams looking all pathetic and asking, "Why, Woljif, why didn't you save me?" Nah, I don't need that kind of hassle in my life. Deval laughs. I'm sure nothing could break your irrepressible spirit. The young Crusader bows to you. Commander, I don't know how to thank you for saving me. Iomedae must truly be watching over me, and I must do everything in my power to repay her. What are you planning to do now? Get out of this place and return to the ranks of the Crusaders. Don't worry about me. Even if I should die on the way back, I'll die a warrior's death. If this crusade has taught me anything, it is the value of an honorable death, a death worthy of a man. Time to go. I fear scavengers will swarm here before we decide if it's worth burying the bodies. Deval turns to Woljif. Thanks again, my friend. If you ever find yourself on Gwenviar land in eastern Mendeb, I can ask my parents to find you a position suited to your talents. The Gwenviars are always in need of good, reliable men. Woljif, who had been listening with a smile up to now, abruptly stops smiling. Good men? I'm not a man, your excellency, and I won't be your servant neither. Do you think you're doing me a good turn? You posh people are all alike. Even if I saved your skin a dozen times, you'd never see me as your equal. You can take your gratitude and shove it, and don't call me friend. The law puts nobles above common folk. Deval isn't obliged to speak courteously to you, but he has done so. Appreciate that. Woljif barks a contemptuous laugh, but the disappointment is clear as day on his face. You sang a different tune when you were stuck in a cage looking for sympathy like a lost lamb. Huh, that's blue bloods for you. Let's go, we shouldn't linger here. Deval salutes you. May Iomedae watch over you, Commander. I shall pray for you. Alright, let's go, Chief. On to new adventures. I'm sick of this place, to tell the truth. It's empty, it's boring, and we might as well talk on the road instead of hanging around here. Do you know any travelling songs? Want me to teach you some tavern tunes? The one where the thief falls in love with a beautiful woman and she turns out to be a guard and then the two of them get hacked up in the street? Or how about the one where the thief's in court and the judge is his father? Or that one about how if you don't behave yourself you live out your days in a special institution? I remember them all, and we've got plenty of time. Oh gee, great. I'm looking forward not to this. Masterberg, what's this? A belt of demonic shadow. Oh, another one of those demon summoning items. Which will confuse me mightily whenever it procs. I suppose I can put it on one of the animal companions. Now, you can make Deval give you stuff, but that also doesn't feel like it's in character for Cal. I don't think there's anything else of interest up here, so I think teleporting back to Drezen is the best course of action here. And we should also enter the city and the streets. Maybe it's night, but I think I saw the sun, so I don't think so. Well, it might actually be evening. Let's go see if Sociel is playing cards at the graveyard. Apparently not yet. Which makes me wonder, can you wait? Skip time. Oh, it's morning. Woljif should be up here at the marketplace. But that's good that we can see the time here. Really? What does that do? Okay. Sorry about that. Commander, upon hearing word of your victory in the Battle of Drezen, many leaders in Avistan have considered taking a more active supporting role in the crusade. Fighting demons in the name of saving the world is a prestigious endeavor, especially when the war is going well. The one whose help is accepted first will increase their standing in the political arena, which is why the powers are now competing for the right to conclude an alliance with Mendev before their rivals do. Nerosian has already chosen which of them is to be favoured. Isgir. We've been building an alliance with that nation for a long time, and now the capital is expecting you to address the steward of Isgir with an official offer to support you. Lastfall is Mendev's most trusted ally. If we are to ask someone for support, it should be them. The Shining Crusade. What say we invite the Sword Lords of Brevoy to this party? The righteous Mendevian knights just love those hot-headed provincials who will draw their weapons and challenge you to a duel at the drop of a hat. And get this, they win such duels. Nerosian will be ecstatic to have allies like these, and I hope the demons will enjoy their company as well. Just as a note, we happen to have a neighbour who's got barely any presence in the crusade. I'm talking about Numeria. It's believed to be too wild and barbaric to have any dealings with. How about we show everyone how wild and barbaric tribes can fight and invite them to play a bigger part in our war? Everyone who wanted to come because they listened to their heart are here already. Time to call those who will listen to their purse. Or drop a line to the Varisian cities, tempt them with some nice spoils, and loads of Savic folks will come running. Cheliaxians, I'm not sure I'm very, in favor of that idea. Okay, so this will unlock the Inquisitors. They're actually quite good. The Sword Lords will unlock the Duelists. Numerians, yeah, surprise, surprise, Barbarians. Rogues, and Isker are sorcerer. To me, it really doesn't matter. I think we'll actually go with Lady Konomi's here. Even though I must admit that it does give me a certain degree of satisfaction to not follow her advice. But yeah, Lady Konomi, I am willing to accept Isger's aid. Your wisdom never fails you. Nerosian will be pleased to know you're not squandering allies whom they have taken such pains to attract. The battle sorcerers of Isger, hardened in the clashes with goblins, will serve you well. I won't detain you any longer, Commander. When matters of foreign or domestic politics once again require your attention, I will convene the Diplomatic Council. Great. Okay, let's try to get that little chat with Woljif before we round up the episode, shall we? Apparently I can get directly to the keep by just pressing that button, if I am in Drezen. Hey Chief, want to talk? You wanted to tell me something in private. Woljif tries to seem calm, but his tail is lashing nervously. I don't know how to word it, so you don't just drag me straight to the Inquisitors. Is this another secret? You can trust me, I won't tell anyone. Woljif is still alert, but the motion of his tail slows. Fine. I still can't believe you took me back. No one has ever done anything like that for me before, so I guess I can trust you with some things. Not all of them, though. My shadow, did I tell you it talks now? Well, it happened after I started carrying the Moon of the Abyss with me. And that's not the only thing that happened. It's been giving me strange dreams, like I'm falling inside some kind of crystal. I keep falling forever. Everything around me is shining, but dreams don't mean anything. I thought it was because the wound is so near, but there is something else. Woljif stays silent for a while, building up his courage. Chief, I'm stronger. My fingers tingle anytime I use magic now. It's like it's dying to come out. It wasn't like this before. I did some magic, but now it's like I can do some real damage, you know. This never happened before I took the moon. Woljif gives you a pleading look. Chief, I don't know what to do with these powers. What if they get stronger? I mean, I've always thought about what I'd do if I was suddenly rich and powerful. I'd show everyone my true worth, but I'm not ready for this. It's too much for a simple fellow like me. Yes, this is my grandfather's inheritance, but why did he leave it to me? Do you think he really wanted me to become stronger so I could grab what the world owed me as payment for all the kicks and blows, for all the mocking at the way I was born? What if it is a trap? Just think how much you can do for the crusade now. Woljif's eyes flash in anger, his tail raising clouds of dust. For what? Listen, Chief, I didn't sign up to be a crusader. I'm with you because you seem all right, better than these scum in shining armor hanging around the Queen. I owe nothing to no one. They owe me twice over for everything I've been through in this life. These fighters for peace are hypocrites. They do whatever terrible things they want, pray to their gods for forgiveness, and then keep on doing what they did before. They ain't getting my power. I'll decide what to do with it. Voetiel, Igefelus, there are too many demons hanging around you, and the Moon of the Abyss turned out to be of demonic origin as well. Woljif sighs heavily. You think I like it? If it was up to me, I would never have met them. This is how I see it. Igefelus must be my grandfather, since they call me his spawn. Voetiel, that spiked ugly mug, came to try to collect some of the old demon's debt from me. I know how it goes. We have uncles for this in the family. Big thugs, but without the spikes, who go around beating money out of late payers. The Hepsamira he's talking about must be like our sister Kerisme, but for demons, and old Gramps crossed her somehow, and she just can't get over it. He probably stole the Moon of the Abyss from her. I don't know. But I would have. And the moon? Ha, Grandpa, you should have left me a note or something. Chief, I think he expected better of me than how I turned out in the end. He probably thought he'd have a smart grandkid who'd know what the moon was for and what to do with it. But he got me. Woljif's tail drops sadly. So what if he was a demon? I don't want to let him down, you know. He believed in me, I guess. Just you and him, Chief. The only two people in the whole world who believe in me. That's why I have to figure this thing out. Yeah. Does he still sell stuff to me? He does. I mean, not useful stuff, but he does sell things to us. That one actually is useful. I think I'll buy that. But yeah, I think that's about what we have time for in this episode, so let's wrap it up here. And if you have any questions and or comments, then of course, please feel free to leave those in the comment section below. Also, keep in mind that also helps with the algorithm. I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you all in the next one. And I wonder what's wrong with Zethloria, who seems to be having some issues. Oh well.